Welcome, APA quarterbacks, football fans. I got a great video here for you. You got Justin Herbert going into Kansas City, taking on Patrick Mahomes. Story of two young future greats, right? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, but Justin Herbert, who's a guy who's really coming on the scene, who's got tons of potential and could be, chasing him for a long time rivalry. So we're going to go into and break down a couple highlights from each of them and what they did good, what they did bad. Mahomes obviously doing Mahomes things, but maybe pressing a little bit too much and trying to be a little bit too flashy at times, trying to make too many big plays where Justin Herbert could say the same on some, but for the most part, took advantage of what the defense gave him and got his team to move the sticks, favorable situations, played more scenario-based football. All right, so love this, guys. You're going to really enjoy it. Flood me with comments. Let me know what other videos you want me to make in the future. Hit subscribe, and let's dive into this game. All right, so we're going to dive into the first play I want to look at. This is red zone, early first quarter. Chiefs at home, driving, steps up in the pocket, too high, cover two zone, boom, tip pick. Let's go back and look at it, right? We're going to get another camera angle here of Mahomes, who's changed the game and how he can throw the ball using different arm angles, whether he's looking, not looking, right? Little type of juke. He just goes to green grass. All right. Hey, there's nobody in the middle of the field here. Where's the ideal ball location, right? At the end of the day, everyone's saying on TV and radio, right? Guy's got to catch it. Guy's got to catch it. And he does. He's got to be a catch and fall down, right? But what do we talk about in developing quarterbacks is we want to put the ball right here, right out in front of him, so that way he can catch and help us with yards after the catch, right? Guy running this way, ball brings him back this way. That is still tough no matter who you are, right? And then if your quarterback's not even looking at you as well, that can be more distracting for the wide receiver. So, yeah, I love the Mahomes no-look passes. But what I want us to look at is this view, right? He's not looking. We've got eyes on our cue. And so, yeah, we see him stepping up. We hope that he recognizes this ball. Hips, shoulders, everything's pointing this way. Momentum's going that way. Ball's going that way. Where does it finish? He thinks he's throwing it out in front of him, but with all of our momentum going one way, another receiver going this way, and absolutely nobody in the middle of the field, it's unnecessary, right? Mahomes does a great job on these when we're looking at inside the tackle box triangle reads, right? High lows of interior players, crosser with a basic or sit whip with a dig behind it. That's when you have what's called a rat player. These defenders sitting in here watching quarterback's eyes. The only person watching his eyes, because look at the two low players, are both on the low player, the low receiver. So, hey, here's our high-low. This guy's wide open with touchdown in front of him. This is just kind of doing too much by Patrick Mahomes. Being a little cute here. Those are behind him, probably a little bit of a rope, right? And APA certified throwing on the run mechanics is back shoulder, back hip to the ball. When we don't get back shoulder, back hip to the ball, where do we always miss? High and right as righty quarterbacks. Where does the ball miss here? High and right. So classic, right? And worst feeling ever. You see the ball float in the air, tip pick. Hate it. He's too good to be careless, right? And that right there, I think, is just a careless play by Mahomes, all right? So here's another play I want to highlight a little later in the first quarter. And it just shows about how he's almost pressing, trying to do too much. I don't think I've ever seen Mahomes do this many pump fakes in one game, right? So here's the concept. It's some sort of end read, right? So we're reading this defensive end. He gets a crash. Bam, Bosa crashes with the run. So now we have some sort of RPO. All right. Get contact here. Looks like 3-by-1 stick with a clear. All right. This alley player, who is a hook player, here's our flat player, he decides, all right, I need to go get Mahomes. Right here, boom. He's ready to throw it. We've seen Mahomes make plays like this all the time, but for some reason, he decides not to throw it and tries to keep the play alive, tries to go for a pump fake, to get the guy to jump and then maybe run the corner. Hey, it's 1st and 10, right? We've got the momentum. We're in the red zone. You put this ball on Kelsey right here. On Kelsey right here. He could easily, pick up the first down. However, it ends up being a sack. We risk somebody on our ankles. Just almost unnecessary forced play by Mahomes, who I think is feeling that type of way with a young O-line and a lot of just pressure at the slow start. Usually September, he's on fire. All right. First play here from Herbert that I want to highlight, and it's a little out of sequence here, but 3rd and 11. All right. Defense, 2 high safeties, right? They're bailing in our cadence. They're getting out. Tampa Mike getting out. Right. Not a lot of great throws here versus this kind of drop coverage. Right. And it's 3rd and long. It's passing down. They're not looking at run fakes. He decides to step up and get it. Boom. He slides right here. Right. So I've been in this situation. I've slid too early before because in the middle of the field, this imaginary line is not there. Right. So I don't fault him fully. However, this is one where he's 6'6". He dives, puts his head down at one of these guys' ankles, knees here. They're not really going to hit him just because of all the different things that can go on with the quarterback. He picks that up. So as a young quarterback, knowing where you're at on the field and knowing how to keep a play alive, they ended up having a punt there, and that's what led to Mahomes back in the red zone. Fumble by one of the receivers, got the Chiefs off the field, right? Here we go. Justin Herbert here, man. This is something I talk about with my quarterbacks all the time. How do we read a slant, right? And at the youth level, high school level, which I deal with the most, quarterbacks look at receivers all the time. Golden rule. You look at a receiver on an in-breaking route, on any route, you throw it behind him. All right? Let's look at Herbert's eyes here. He catches the snap, right? Stares down the inside linebacker, right? In this case, they're in a 2 high, most likely cover 2, and this guy is responsible for the flats, half, flat. So hook curl, right? You freeze this guy, there is a beautiful little void right through here. However, you go to look at your receiver, which there's no reason to do that, right? You know where he's going. You know the angle you want the slant caught on. Boom. Love it. I think we get a back view from Herbert. Let's see. Oh, wonderful. I mean, this is what we teach all the time. Quick game footwork, right? Eyes here. I don't know if Herbert does my exact stuff, but he's getting that back. The midline of the foot is what directs our throw because that's our push. Freeze there, starts to turn the back foot. Boom. Now look at his angle, right? That's an angle. You freeze the defender, throw to a spot. That's the line that his feet are on, right? Footwork is everything for quarterbacks. Learn how to get yourself set to the right throw based on using your eyes, breaking down coverage, and throwing people open. Boom. Perfect. Love that. That's teach tape. We're going to see a bunch of slants from Herbert. And this is something that is the simplest type of offense, right? Quick game, right? It's not drop back. It's quick game. Get the ball out of your hands, freeze underneath defenders, and get the ball to your playmakers, all right? So here, another great play by Herbert. Just talking fundamentals, right? We'll let it play out. Just classic bootleg, 2nd and 7, throws a strike. Great play design overall. I mean, nothing special here. Every type of waggle, right? We're going to get somebody in the flats some type of way, right? Somebody on the over and somebody on the delayed flat. All right, well, let's look at Herbert's trajectory out of the pocket, all right? We talk about running a ring, right? That's going to move on me. However, here's his ring. He is now starting his trajectory from play fake, depth, right? Just in case he might want to hit a now flat, this first flat, this guy is staying at the line of scrimmage. A lot of DNs can rush straight up field, right? So you got to get immediate depth so you can make the first now flat throw. And this is 101 bootleg, right? We talk about this all the time with our quarterbacks. Look at the depth. He's about 12, 13 yards from the line of scrimmage. And then now, yeah, he could take the flat, but he's seeing the overall picture of there's a big void in the middle. So what does he do? He gets downhill. He's going down this arc, getting his momentum towards the target, and is going to throw an absolute strike, right? Get your depth. Break out the pocket. If you can get downhill, right? In today's game, so often we see quarterbacks getting flushed in the pocket, taking this type of a trajectory and trying to make a throw with their momentum all going towards the sideline. Something that Pat Mahomes is going to do a little bit here in some of these clips, right? But also, you don't always have the luxury to not to attack downhill. So he attacks downhill, beautiful throw, beautiful play. Gives me a better view and just showing how he just gets his eyes to the flat. See it over. Man, pretty ball. Gets all his momentum. He's tall, upright, hips are under him. Great ball by Herbert. All right. Now, next play I want to look at. A little later on in the drive. I think it's early second quarter. Yeah, right? So same drive here. Concept we have is a now flat, right? With a, excuse that one, now flat pylon with a stick, goal line stick, right? Pretty sure it's mirrored here to both sides. Let's see. Yeah, mirrored route. So you can read this a lot of ways. The best way, especially in an access look when you don't think there's a cloud cover 2 corner, is read flats first. Now back to our slant idea. When you set your feet, look at his angle. That is a perimeter angle, right? And if you haven't seen any of our coverage, our footwork drills about how to set your feet into a line with the coverage of defenders, go online, Anderson Passing Academy, check out all our videos. We can get you right? So here, sets the pylon. Okay, yeah, he could put the ball right here, and I think it's second down. We might be able to get the corner. So not aggressive to the first throw, but what does he see? A little bit of widening by the flat player. Gets 2. Actually, that's probably what really makes him go to Keenan Allen. However, when you have heavy eyes this way, feet, body language that way, yes, these curl players, they're more of a high to low player, right? They're playing the hook to curl. They want to get crossers. They want to get under digs, basics. Well, hey, they're going to be football players. So when we have heavy body position and eyes to the side, obviously this defender is going to lean. So now as he comes back inside, that's a worry for Herbert. We didn't get any hot, no pressure on the inside linebackers. He comes back to throw it, has to pump fake because he's really seeing just two defenders go to the flat. So he's thinking, okay, I got my stick. Well, hey, this guy's reading his eyes, comes back inside, has a double clutch. We're going to get another look at what a beautiful job he does to make the throw. Sets wide perimeter angle. Okay, gets 2 going. Sees flow. This guy is glued on his eyes, all right? He sees that. Man, let's widen, right? Widens, goes to throw the stick. Oh, no, right? This has been a perfect play for this guy to get a pick. Almost jumps and double clutches it. Man, what an athletic play by this young quarterback. Touchdown. Likes the read, right? There was no control for 54. 54 has no control. He's just being a football player. Actually, the control is right there. It's stick, right? This guy wants to get nosy here. All right, well, now we have Eckler is the actual control here. The back coming out through the middle. See, it'd be another check down right there, right? So, doesn't matter. They got it done. Didn't have to get to the third read. You're going to see Herbert do a great job on one of his touchdowns here in a minute where he gets to his check down. And that's the overall example I want to say. This whole game is Mahomes, a veteran, has tons of money now. He's gotten paid. He's been to the Super Bowl, right? This, that, and the other. Pressing, trying to do maybe too much, and a young quarterback coming out here and just taking what the defense gives them. All right, here's 3rd and 3. Beautiful, right? Straight to Travis Kelce. And you got to love this because 3rd and 3, all game long, they're doubling Kelce. They're doubling Tyreek Hill. How do you stop this offense? Well, you stop them by getting in favorable run scenarios, right? When they have to respect the running back, you can't have as many defenders for the wide receivers. So sets him outside. But what's the first thing we do? Because he's worried about maybe this guy falling off. This guy leaves, so he doesn't have to worry as much. But if he stayed in the progression, it'd be just like the Herbert slant. Freeze the inside linebacker. Where's Mahomes' eyes right away? Is he going to look right away to Travis Kelce? No, because this guy needs time to win. Right? And that's what you young quarterbacks got to understand. All over college football, high school football, staring at receivers before they even make their break. We look at defenders. If you're an Anderson Pass Academy quarterback, you look at defenders and you throw to spots, all right? We don't even look at receivers. We don't want to, right? Looking at receivers, looking at that distracts us from our accuracy. Boom, now he gets to a spot, target, all right? So, and there's usually a who becomes. Let's see, no who becomes. There's no rat player. So, yes, there's twofold. You can protect from this guy, right? From being a rat. However, he vacates. So now it's just for accuracy. Mahomes knows, hey, I look at a guy, I throw behind him. So let me look straight and then throw to a spot. You're going to see another example of Mahomes doing that later in the game on a 2-minute drill, and Kelsey doing his thing per usual there with yards after the catch. All right, so here's another clip we're going to get to. Second quarter now. 2nd and 5. Perfect. Double slants, all right? But this truly here is, I want to see, this is one where I want people in the comments, right? Is this a run? Is this play action? Is this RPO? First, I want you to look at these two backside players, left guard, left tackle. Ready? Hut. Let's see it. Snap the ball. Man, that's a pass set. That's a quick pass set, but that looks like could be quick game, right? All right, let's look to the front side. These guys didn't pass set at all. In fact, they're going and attacking second-level defenders. So that is an RPO, right? Front side is double teaming to get to the same type of backer or same defender that they would have if it was truly a run. Backside, fans. And then now, here's our read key. All right, he's in a bind, right? My quarterbacks know this. We talk about this all the time. This is the cutback player, right? What's the trajectory of our back? Outside zone. As he presses this wider and all these guys flow, this is the whole point. We got a double team to here, double team to here, right? There's a crease that comes up for the cutback lane, right? Well, hey, here is our cutback player. And now with a fan backside, he is in a bind. He flows too hard. He flows too hard. We read our double slant concept, all right? Now the double slant concept, we're going to read off the flat player. Does he latch on the slot receiver? Perfect. Go back outside. Does the inside receiver win across his face? Excuse me. Does he win across his face? All right, ball. Off of what? Inside guy, throw the slant, right? High school, college players, SEC, ACC, you see bad quarterback play all over college football. And it's as simple as understanding fundamentals in the scheme of offense and defensive concepts, right? The concepts and the coverage, they're intertwined. Here's an RPO. Show you guys exactly how that works. The double fan backside. What does he do? Look at this. Double slant, backside slant's almost always open. We got a bailing corner, trying to break now, falling down. Beautiful. Yards after the catch. So our RPO is changing the game and how NFL calls the game. All right, here we go. Still second quarter here. Same drive, I believe. Here we go. Back to double slants. Now, let's look at the difference here in the O-line's pass sets. All right. Across the board, all of them took a pass set. So now to me, and that's an aggressive pass set, it's quick game. Quarterback, what's his footwork? It's a quick game footwork, right? So our feet are always aligned with the timing of the concept and the protection associated. So it is man-to-man here, but there's some zone influences. Either those guys blitz? No. So we got two rats. Talk about our vision. Are we going to look at the outside slant right away? No. We're immediately going to catch the snap. Look at that. Catch the snap, and what does he do? Has eyes on the backer to the side he's reading. Pause. Eyes. Right? So here's our first window and our double slant concept I tell all my high schoolers. This is how we practice it every day on the field. Inside, first slant. If it's there, you throw it. If it's not there, it's because this defender latched. It's man-to-man. Of course he's going to latch. So the thought process here for Herbert's a little different, but his eyes aren't changing. He's still going through the same fundamentals with his eyes and feet as he would if this was a zone. Now he gets the outside window, and what's the best part about double slants is it's a layered window. you don't have to change your feet much because these guys are one's vacating the window and one's entering the window. These are the defenders. Hey, you see Latch? He latches the number 2. Textbook slant. Hey, now this is where my quarterbacks know. We look at receivers, we throw back hip, and this will come up later in the game. The way I teach it is actually go defender to spot. And when you throw to a spot, you feel this guy in your peripheral, but trust your spot. And that's what's going to change the pace and the tempo of how you throw it. Maybe that ball is a little on his front hip, and now you can use that yard after the catch. Maybe it's more than just catch and tackle, could get, an extra 5-6 yards. All right. Textbook day with Herbert and these big tight ends throwing slants, man. You got to love it. Get a bunch of big dudes out there, have them throw slants. Slants, back shoulders is the name of the game against the Chiefs and all their man coverage calls. All right, so here we go. Played with tempo all game long, the Chargers, right? They did a great job getting on the ball and getting it snapped while you got, excuse that, 1, 2, 3 different guys trying to communicate calls. All right. And so they did some sort of, hey, we're going to roll your post, right? Your insert. This guy's flat. You see too many guys in one spot here. And that looks like, hey, maybe they didn't get it communicated because why is this guy, doesn't have a threat, but the back swung. Who's that? That's Keenan Allen. There's a motion here. Yeah, there's a motion. This true flat player, he should have buzzed. You'd never see both these guys here. And our guy who was trying to communicate it, what's he probably now with rotation to the field, right? He's the flat. So he's late there. What is Herbert doing? He's not. Mahomes was double clutching, pump faking, forcing, just trying to make the spectacular play the whole game. Herbert quickly feels just access, right? Off coverage. Gets to Eckler. This is a check down. This is a check down that is turning into a touchdown, right? No better scenario, right? Find the weak flat. Who's the next player other than this linebacker? The post safety. Tyrann Mathieu out here trying to make the play. Got a 15-yard touchdown on a check down, right? Young quarterback in a hostile environment, just doing what he needs to do. Just reading the plays, not being afraid to check it down. And I think, obviously, Mahomes is unbelievable. I'm not talking bad on Mahomes, but players can be in scenarios where they are pressing and trying to do too much. And when you're a superstar, that happens. And I think that's what Mahomes did today. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7. Here, double clutch. I didn't get a ton of clips of Mahomes because, he double clutched on almost every play. All right, my quarterbacks know in pre-snap coverage identification. Yeah, these guys are on the hash. What's the width of a pro hash? 6.5 yards. All right, so, hey, chances are, and this is a condensed formation, but chances are that's not staying too high. And to the strength, I would assume here that we're probably getting some sort of insert. All right. Yes, we're getting heated up. It's 3rd down. They're bringing some pressure. Let's see what they do. No, they bring 4 and drop. Post, hook curl, deep 3rd. He's just condensed because of the formation. Flat player. They're doubling Kelsey, or this guy's just man-to-man. I know they had a bigger corner, and this guy's a weak side flat, or he's responsible for the back with the D-end on a peel call. All right. 5-man pressure, all one-on-ones here. Ooh, this guy is getting out. However, first pump fake, first clutch. Now his pressure gets sack. I think this concept gets, right, in a true cover 3 here, we wouldn't have man-to-man on the backside. So maybe they're playing man from depth, which is hard to tell the difference. Nah, zone tendencies, inserting here. We're going to get right across the middle here with, I believe that's Nikhil Hardman. All right, so unfortunately, his first read is there over the field a little bit. We don't know what this post safety is doing. Pass rush gets there. At the end of the day, we just don't like to see Mahomes clutching throughout the game when there's open guys on the field. All right. So 3rd down. Now they give the ball right back to Young. Our young Justin Herbert here. Now another third down going back the other ways after a couple run plays, a couple minutes off the clock, third and 4, right? Now another bunch set. Too high look by the Chiefs. Sitting. I just complimented him. Young quarterback, hostile environment, taking what the defense gives him. It's 3rd and 4 with, check our clock, right? We got to be situational as quarterbacks, right? Football is a situational game where each play is dependent on our pre-snap checklist. What's the down and distance? How much time's left? What's the scenario? We're up 14-0 in KC. No matter what we do, we can't let Mahomes get the ball back, score a touchdown, then get the ball at the half, right? In a blink of an eye, the Chiefs will be back on top. So what does Herbert do here? Right, we've got some sort of chip. It doesn't look like there's a lot of guys out on this route. Oh, there we go. We get everybody out, but we got a sit. Got the back sneaking out late, which I think is the best answer here. 2, 3, 4. Clutch. Running, right? I believe he should have got the ball out of his hands earlier. Granted, this could have been a touchdown, right? So it's all tit for tat. We're talking, hindsight's always 20/20. Hitch. There's guys looking for the ball. 50-50 ball. Receivers got to come up with it. That'd be heroic. But you know what we're going to do? Situation football. Where are we on the field? You throw this ball to Eckler here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a hitch from the gun. That's 7-step timing. There's 2 bounces there. That's at least 2 hitches. Check down. Get it to him now. He breaks a tackle. He gets the first down. At the very least, he's falling forward. The next closest guy was about 4 or 5 yards behind him, shadowing, right? It's 4th and short. We're going for it anyways, right? But what it does is now we're under 3 minutes, right? Less time for Mahomes. We end up going for it anyways. I believe what happened here. Oh, it's the same play. Same play. So now 4th and 4. We end up going for it here. And look at confusion, right? Guys running around. What's the first thing? Quarterback. What's our job? Young QB, hostile, right? It is the operation. Part of our operational checklist is getting everybody lined up. Formation, right? Formation, a lot of things have to do with it. Motion, right? Shift. We've got 2 guys moving at the same time. Play clock's going down. He's hoping guys just get set. Come on. It's our job. Maybe burn a timeout here. We've got 3 going into the half with 3 minutes left. We end up with an all-up look. We talk about, go watch my videos with Derek Carr. He destroyed the Ravens on Monday night with their all-up looks. Got to cover 0 pressure here. Beautiful fade. Buys himself more time. Guys in his way. Elevates. Got the rub route. The man answer we want. Look at this. 4th and 4. We gash them. We're going to score right before the half. All for what? Illegal procedure. Just not having the guys set before the snap, right? Tough. This was a tough one for the Chargers. They go up 21-0, man. They're feeling really good. But young quarterbacks, we have a checklist. You got to know the down and distance. You got to know the time on the clock. You got to know your offense, get your team lined up, and handle all communication variables, motions, shifts. Doesn't matter. Timing of the motion, right? Sweeps, all the above. Now Mahomes, 14-0, end up having a punt. 1st and 10, 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see him work. Come on, you kidding me? Travis Kelce, Mahomes connection. Let's look at the things that I want you to highlight here. All right. Best indicators, right? And I can talk coverage identification all day. Man eyes across the board, right? And I don't know if this is a 2-man. I can't see the safeties here. But we've got some low player. We got a one-on-one matchup. Where's Mahomes' eyes? Down the middle. He's not going to look right away here. A seam ball is caught. A slot fade's caught 20, 25 yards down the field if it's an over-the-top man throw, or back shoulder is around 18 to 20. Ball's caught on the 40-yard. He's throwing it from the 35, so about 25 yards is caught. And he's a little late. He does a little bit of a pocket movement. Ball could have maybe been thrown sooner. But look at his eyes, guys. Freeze the post safety. Back foot hits. He's still freezing him. Eyes down the field, right? He knows where he's going. There's nothing to identify here. Gets his head turned for a second. Lets the ball throw. Elevates it. Kelce goes up. Perfect. Just Mahomes. 2-minute drill. Exactly what the Chargers staff's not wanting. being only up 14 when they just gave up a touchdown off illegal procedure. All right, they end up not making it happen at that. That's the end of the half. There's only a good play there. All right, now we get in the third quarter. Another highlight here from Mahomes. Right, a lot of talk. They double Kelsey, they double Hill, right? Someone's got to step up here. This is just Mahomes in the pocket, just making beautiful throws. This is the talent we talk about. You know, a lot of times, Andy Reid, one of the best schemers in football, he gets incredible scheme going. They have called with a purpose plays. Check on Instagram and Twitter. Find out what a call with a purpose play is. I posted on there, right? A lot of plays that are by design to get people open, plays that go off of each other, right? Here's a drop back pass off play action. Mahomes is getting hit. It's a flood concept, so some sort of high-low on the flat player there. All right, here's our low corner. It's probably a cover 2, right? Yeah, a bunch of low players, Tampa Mike. And look it. Dime. We got to have it. Beautiful throw by Mahomes. You know, why is he doing too much? He's feeling pressed. He needs a little help. He's got rookie on the O-line. All right, so here we go. Same drive now in the red zone. Mahomes, just beautiful play design here. Again, hats off to Andy Reid. Look at his eyes. It's a run play, right? What's the O-line doing? Does anybody watching see any type of pass set here? No, we're engaged. Run, double team, right? Eyes here. These guys are running routes. Outside leverage, little head fake, get inside, slip them inside. So by leverage and just winning the route, we got what? Chargers staying in this too high look. No true post player. Sell the fake. This guy's already committed enough. Mannion rules, right? Best way to sell fakes is get low, get under the line. Don't let them know what's going on. Pops up, RPO, right? As this inside backer adds to the run fit, we insert right there. Elevated ball, don't know what lies underneath. I don't necessarily love the location all the way because it's behind him. He could have put it somewhere over here. But he's being aware of what lies underneath. What other underneath defenders are there that can make the play on the football? Beautiful job by Mahomes. And a blink of an eye now. Hey, 14-10. We're getting worried. It's second half, right? They scored a touchdown out of the half after the Chargers just left one on the board, right? Hate to see it. All the Chargers fans at home, they're worried. Big Herbert here. Man, what are we going to say? We just all game long, hey, he's taking what they give him, right? And the only defender, right, Sorensen here, is a guy that could become an issue here. But I want you guys to look at, big play action. Obviously, we've got wide receivers with vertical stretches, right? Who's responsible for Eckler here? 2nd and 5. Yeah, we got a shot play on. Boom. Ball should be about ready to get out, regardless. You got a guy chipping and getting out. We got a flat here. Looking downfield. Mental clock, right? That's a catch and a first down. You put it on Eckler's outside shoulder, he could break Sorensen's tackle, and he's down the sideline. So it's about, hey, first downs equal touchdowns. Move the sticks. So bad job by Herbert there after all the good things we're saying to him of just not taking what the defense gives him, trying to stretch the ball down the field, which the Chargers do so well with their receiving core, and instead they end up having a punt on that drive. All right, here's another look I want you guys to look at. Just Mahomes trying to do too much again, just pressing a little bit. So it goes back. Let's look at the O-line. What are they doing? So heavy run action, right? So that's how we know if this is an RPO, we're not reading a second-level defender because there's no fan, right? So give people an understanding of what an RPO actually is. The commentators drive me crazy just making stuff up. Collinsworth, man, you played in the olden ages. You don't necessarily know what an RPO is, and it's all right to ask. Come watch our YouTube channel, right? So we have some sort of concept here. See Kelsey on a stick. Little pop pass, all right? Well, back at Mahomes. So who are we reading now? Now we're reading the defensive end. Yeah, he comes upfield, but Mahomes has already decided he's pulling this ball. Flash. That right there is not necessarily enough where, you know what the best thing you can do on an RPO is ride the fake hip to hip. Let this guy flow a little more. Let this guy truly bend. Instead, more of a predetermined look because of, let's go back pre-snap. All right, well, this guy's tucked in the box. He's got outside action, and he's reading the end. So he's thinking, you know what, I'm probably going to, if this was quick game, I'd probably have the stick anyways. So Mahomes wants to throw it. Double clutch, right? And RPO, you can't pump fake an RPO. If you pump fake on an RPO, ball slows hand. Look at now we're getting into the world of illegal man downfield. There's a double team happening. Look at the ball's in the air, and you got a lineman 4 yards downfield past the running back. They don't know. They're just block and run. There's hard action, right? So the coaching point is, if you got a pump fake on an RPO, you should have handed it off. All right, and let's see. We get a great front side, center here, guard here, tackle here. Man, this guy's backside. Let's see what happens at the back. Watch it play out. Man, so we're double clutching with an end that didn't crash and now is in our face with a whole perimeter for Edwards-Helaire. So I'm pretty sure I have a back view here as well. Yeah, so here's our back view. All right. Look at this guy is so far that he has to be crashing now to really make a play on the backside of this running back. So what's the point of doing an RPO? Is to find favorable run boxes. What is more favorable than 2 here, 1, 1? 5 on 4 with this guy trying to catch a running back, right? So we got to think, Mahomes, let's just take what we're given here, right? Down and distance, I forget what it was I think it was first or second down. Let's see the run play fit up. Kind of a whiff here, but if he has the ball, this is a one cut. This is sealed. He hugs this. We got, man, who's making this play? So, an example, what went wrong for Kansas City? I personally think is Mahomes trying to do too much, right? Yeah, they got great scheme. They got everything going for him here. And instead of just handing the ball off into what's the end read? The end doesn't crash. Typical zone read, high school, right? Yeah, it's an RPO, but we're reading the first level defender. If he doesn't crash right away, give the ball, all right? And a hindsight rule, if you got a pump or double clutch, you made the wrong decision. 2 reasons. There's a better fit on the front side and illegal man downfield. All right, so here we go, 1st and 20. I don't know if it's the same drive or not. Oh, love this. This is just Mahomes being Mahomes, right? And I can talk all day long about, okay, you know, the right way to throw on the run. This guy is changing the game of how to throw on the run. And I just want to appreciate his greatness, even though we're kind of bashing him a little bit. Gets the shoulders turned, right? Beautiful throw on the run. Mahomes doing Mahomes things. They end up scoring on a screenplay, I believe. Here we go. End of the 3rd quarter. Let's look at the scoreboard, right? Just like we talked about, just the operation of Herbert, something so simple of operation. Get your guys set. Control the motions, right? Blew a huge play to end the half. Chiefs got 3 on it. It was going to be 21-0 at the half. Now, 17-14 in the blink of an eye. This is what Kansas City does. This is what Mahomes has been doing his whole career. So this is a great play design. We go back to earlier what we talked about. When you get people in favorable rundowns, there's not many coverages you can play other than man. Great design here. And this is just showing off Herbert, man. This is the separation we get here. He's first reads down the field. He loves this. This is a chip and go. Elevated ball, and we're going to get another look at it. And just a young, talented quarterback making plays when he has to make plays. Hey, 3rd and 1 on your own side. That's probably a punt. Back to Kansas City with the ball, 10.5. Now look, later on in the drive, after a couple of great Eckler runs, Now we're in the red zone. So a punt, giving the ball back, you'd have Pat Mahomes end of the third quarter with the ball, down 3, to now and an opportunity to go ahead. All right, so it's a tough one here for a young Q, right? This is something we all can learn from. We got a double, a zigzag motion, right? Motion in, motion back out of a bunch, right? What do defenses do in bunch a lot? They zone up, right? So, yeah, there's man tendencies here. We see Tyrann Mathieu run over, but if they're going to stay in man, what are they going to do to make it work like zone? They're going to communicate. They're going to pass off. We saw them mess with passing off before. See a little hand point by Tyrann Mathieu. The play's designed flat, so I'm sure some sort of spacing concept. Let's see. Yeah, stick, classic, right? So if this is man, all we need to see, right, if it's man, but is it zone? We don't know in a bunch. It's easy to disguise, and they can operate the same way. So reading this flat first, and he's just got to see this guy travel. So right now we see a pass off. Say, hey, I got yours. You got mine. But now with a pass off, what do we get? That's why people use stacks. That's why people use bunch. You get leverage. Tyrann Mathieu is nowhere to be found on this guy after the switch. However, the switch lets him be more aggressive to Herbert's first read. Right? So he throws it right away, not knowing, boom, hit stick, momentum play. They got to kick a field goal. So tough there. Great defense. Just always got to know is, right, people don't want to play man to a bunch or to a stack. But it's short yardage, 3rd and 3. They want to heat you up, so they're going to play man, right? So then now what are they going to do to help it work like zone? Is they're going to communicate it. So at the end of the day, we're reading the flat. Got to see who becomes after all of that. And tough one there. All right, next play here. 4th quarter now. Same drive, I believe. Yep, they didn't end up getting the field goal. Same drive. Not sure what happened if they went for 4th. There's a different drive here. Man-to-man. Right, man-to-man. Post safety. Looks like an up look, right? What's our demeanor? No pressure, just man wrap. Beautiful job. Let's highlight the receiver here. Man, this is just how it gets done. And it's hard. You're by yourself here. You're already inside leverage as this corner, right? Already inside leverage. And look at the receiver. Just give a 1-2 slant. See ya. Right? They hit slants all day. You know how hard it is to stop these giant wide receivers for the Chargers on slants? Yeah, well, now you put a little slant and go on. Or just it's just him just saying, hey, this is how I'm going to get open. So now we're up 4. Pat Mahomes here. Another bunch kind of look with a motion. Right? And there wasn't many on this whole drive, man. The Chiefs, they got back to what they do. They run the ball, right? We throw the ball so much. They have all these great plays. That gets defenses worried about everything. Playing a bunch of too high zone, right? All this too high zone, favorable run boxes, right? So this is just great play design I wanted to highlight. What are we doing here? The new age of football, RPO. I was blessed to learn from the RPO king, Joe Moorhead himself. All right, no fan. So we're probably reading the backside end or edge player, EMOL, end man on line of scrimmage. What's he do? He sits there. This is one by design. Mahomes, and this is what got him in trouble on the other one. You see access, you see bail, you see more front side players. So the backside flat player is in a bind. He's coming from depth. He's coming from wherever. He's nowhere to be found. I think, yeah, he could have probably just hooked in the flat because that's the first read. But for whatever reason, he's kind of predetermining things. Goes to the stick, gets the first down. It's great play design. It's interesting how the RPOs work. And I do think that stemmed from one of Coach Moorhead's Penn State plays. So people have been stealing from him for a minute, right? Great play, but shows Mahomes almost predetermining some of these RPOs, which got him in trouble. All right, here we go, 2nd and 11. And this whole drive, man, they were just running the ball. It wasn't many clips from Mahomes, but look where they're at now. And this is just showing off how we talk about stacks and bunches. Okay, teams that want to play man, you get a nice stack going here. What does stack work for us when people communicate and pass off? You get leverage. So this is a designed roll with a little switch by 1 and 2 at the bottom. All right, well, how are these? These guys are playing a layered man look. Now they're going to pass off. All right, well, what changed there? Now with the pass off, Tyreek Hill, this guy comes inside, this defender. This guy first goes inside, but now it's a switch. We got about 3 yards of width. Yeah, he's off, but he's wide. He's inside as Tyreek Hill's widening. And come on, Tyreek Hill press vertical. Of course you open your hip. Look at that separation. Mahomes on the run. Gets the classic lead shoulder, point to the target, right? Same thing I teach. Back shoulder, back hip through. Back shoulder gets there all arm. Back hip projected down, which isn't great. But hey, Mahomes has the strongest arm in the NFL. Puts it on him, get out of bounds. And of course, Chiefs, Andy Reid, they had great call with a purpose plays. I think they throw a screen for a touchdown. All right. So getting in the game here now, right? Down 3, Herbert, Youngin, what are you going to do? Are you the next great one? Man, great play design here, right? So this is some sort of, and look at the formation. This is where formations can cause so many people fits, right? We got a condensed split here with a motion and then a boot by Herbert. So yeah, that's going to create a lot of width, right? Of course. Oh, he inserted. Okay, bail here. And that's where we get our width, right? So on this concept here, we have this sort of rail here by the motion guy, and the already condensed split guy is ripping up the seam. So now we get width from our deep third player in this one high look. The roll, sets his feet, delivers a strike up the seam. No one there, right? Tyrann Mathieu coming from the backside, rotation. Great play design. Fourth quarter, right? They run the ball, do a couple different things, not as memorable here. And now let's look. This is what I want to talk about. This really bailed them out. 3rd and goal. What did the Raiders use? Go back and watch my video on the Raiders and how great Derek Carr beat the Ravens versus cover 0. Man, right? Layered man, of course. We don't want rubs. Uh-oh. No layer here. Now, was this a check? Maybe. So as the concept goes, we get a rub on the front side. Look at this. With a wheel, right? Some sort of switch because they're layered. This guy has to go over top. I don't necessarily love the ball because I want to go over top and that guy has to fight underneath. But this guy absolutely destroys Keenan Allen, right? So it's 3rd and goal. You know, they don't get this. You kick a field goal. Huge play to help save the game. But the personnel is what I was getting at earlier. We're in 10 personnel, right? We got 11. We got tight ends, but they're split in slot. We got 6 blockers here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential rushers. All right. There's no check to really be had. Let's see, does everybody come? Everyone comes. Someone's free. This is your guy. You know, maybe he should fade a little bit, but it just goes to show you that it's hard to protect yourself versus cover 0 in certain formations. They get bailed out here. Nothing Herbert can do there. I mean, he put it up. He's got playmakers all over. I'd do the same thing. But just wanted to show you a little bit on how cover 0 works there. And so now I believe, this is a ball gets back to Mahomes. This is what I wanted you guys to see here is another play where motion, eyes down the middle, slant. He knows where that slant's going to go. And this was in crunch time. Get back to the same play. They did it earlier in the game. It's 4th quarter. Boom. All right, we don't look at receivers. Look at Mahomes' eyes. Stop. At the snap, take your quick game footwork. Set down the middle. Right? We don't want these guys' hands popping up, these D tackles. Now, he probably looked at Kelsey, but he knows his spot. He could just look at the spot and know he'll be there. So he looks at the spot, feet set here, and this is what Mahomes does so much. It's kind of all arms it. His feet are in the general vicinity. Man, dime, great manipulation with the eyes, favorable run position. That's just how it goes, right? That's Mahomes doing Mahomes things. All right, 3rd and 8 here. Critical, right? Tie ball game. Is Mahomes going to do it at home after a big lead? 3rd and 8, 24-24. Mahomes pressing the whole game, right? Yeah, I don't see any viable option here necessarily. But man, falling back, fading, lobbing it up, very dangerous, right? So unfortunately, that is an example of Mahomes pressing, and which he kind of did the entire game, pressing, trying to do too much. But that was what happens when you feel like you need to make plays and people aren't making plays around you. You know, getting double team on Kelsey, double team on Tyreek Hill. Beautiful. All right, look at this. Time to win the game. Young quarterback, Justin Herbert. Let's get back to the same thing we've been doing. Double slants versus man with two rats. These guys are duoing the back. So whoever doesn't go, and if the back stays in, they're both there. Reading the quarterback's eyes. First step. Eyes as he catches it right down here. He kind of can see both of those guys. And I think he already knows the matchup he wants because this isn't the double slant with his slot and Keenan Allen or his other big receiver. This is a tight end. So he's most likely only looking at this guy to make sure he latches, right? Goes back to our double slant rules. He latches, ball. Look at that window, man. Fitting between two guys right there. The only way you do that is by looking at the first guy and throwing to a spot. All right. So classic textbook, did it all day. 3rd and 2, get into field goal range, icing a game with plays that we do in high school quarterbacks, college quarterbacks. Right? Yeah, there's RPOs, there's all these different concepts now in today's game, right? But at the end of the day, here we go. Here's another look. Here's another one. Next play, right? Not next play, same drive. Single side. There's a backer right here. Look at our vision. Take one step. See, looking at the slant right away? Young quarterbacks, all we want to do. College. I see college kids all over staring at wide receivers, throwing behind them, throwing picks. Freeze that guy. Start to get your back foot turned to the angle you want to push on. Boom. Eyes. Look it. No chance. No chance. Freeze them while you get your feet set. In a split second, you're set to your angle. Ball. Man, drills it off his hands. That guy was going to catch, break a tackle, touchdown, end the game. So tough there, right? He went right back to it. That's his guy. Drops it. Now, I believe here we're going to see an example of Herbert not trusting his same mechanics. Another blitz again. Look at this, all up. They're coming. They're coming. We got to get the ball out of our hands. And I think that might be why he doesn't take the same time to freeze the defenders. And also, he knows they're going. But it goes to our point we brought up earlier. It's not just about, like with Mahomes, it's not just about freezing the defender, but helping our own accuracy as a passer. We want to make sure we don't look at guys and throw the ball behind them. So here we go. There's no rat player here. You got man and man. So he knows the matchup he wants. He's got to get it out. He's looking the whole way now because there's no one to freeze. But what happens when we look at wide receivers? He hasn't even gotten off press yet. So we know where's the slant caught on a 45 angle. All right, so if a slant's caught on a 45 angle, we don't need to look at him right away. However, with all this pressure, he knows there's a free guy for him. He's trying to bail. He wants to look right away. Oh, this is the back shoulder. I'm thinking, where's our last play here? Yeah, so that was it. The last slant we get, there's another slant there where he looks and throws a little bit behind him. But so this is our back shoulder play. And, man, look at this ball by Herbert. Puts it up with air, fades away, lets his receiver make the play, ices the game. And then, hey, one more time. Talk about RPO. Sometimes you got to tag. It's not even really an RPO where you're reading somebody. If you see off coverage in a lot of college systems, and you want to take a hitch, to speed out, you can abort the fake, throw it, right? Because the ball is going to be out before any of these double teams happen and they get to the next level. All right, so 1st and goal, run plays on. We got our matchup, height advantage. And look at what's important about this condensed split. We throw fades, you run out of real estate. They condense the split. Look at all of this room. So he's just going to widen versus outside leverage, just going to widen. And all Herbert has to do is lob it up around the front pylon so his receiver can just fade away, big body, touchdown, right? We don't get anything else out of Mahomes, just a couple, chunk plays, couple prayers to end the game. But Justin Herbert came out for the most part, took what the defense gave him, made some incredible throws, gutty performance, and Mahomes, who still does spectacular things all the time throughout the game, unfortunately pressed a lot and left a lot of plays out there. I think because trying to do too much and trying to make the incredible play every play, right? We take check downs, take first downs, take completions, right? Get the ball out of our hands, let our O-line feel good about being good protectors and not giving up sacks, getting favorable play calling field positions, win football games. All right. I hope you guys love this. Subscribe. If you want to learn more, contact me directly on all my sites and help yourself take your game to the next level by learning the ins and outs of the X and O's. All right. Great job, quarterbacks.